Well, I was planning to head to the grocery store and pick up something for lunch, maybe some cleaning products, get some things done while my wife is away. But 11 a.m. hit, and of course, the store rollover brought us some new interesting packs. I saw on Discord people were asking about the Supreme Ability Cache, and I even said, "Hey, I'll do this later. I'm really hungry." I got out of my chair, and instead of going out to my car, I walked to my laundry hamper to throw on the Egnards hoodie. Because let's be honest, we knew all along that I was going to prioritize this. That's just what my brain does. And we'll talk about that after the break. Okay, so Supreme Ability Cache. We've seen a few of these recently, right? We saw the Signal Data cache, which was cache, whatever. I don't know. People yelled at me in the last video. I don't give a shit. We saw the Signal Data one. I believe we saw a G12 one that I did not value. And now we've got the Supreme Ability Cache. Again, I don't care. At its core, you are getting 4 ability omegas and 4 zetas. That is what you get just right off of the bat. And we are seeing less tiers than the signal data one. 50%, we're getting omegas, ability zetas, and omicrons. There's not like that convoluted nature of so many different things with the signal data and relic one. And that makes sense because there are a lot more relic materials and scavenger materials. But the important part here is that once again, we have the Supreme Ability Jackpot, which is going to give you 20 ability material omegas, 16 ability material zetas, and 12 omicrons on top of getting this entire cost back, which again, super, super, super nice. I'm not going to buy it myself because I don't really need the Omicrons anymore. There's nothing. Yes, there are characters where it would be nice to have them, but there are none where I go, man, I really need to have this one run right now. I don't really have a need for Omegas at all. And as much as I would love to fulfill my quest of getting every single Zeta in the game, I just don't think that it is worth it for me to do that. But is it worth it for you? Let's find out. All right, we're going to head on over to my valuation sheets, which are right over here. There we go. Our normal packs and calendars right over there. Supreme Ability Cache over here. And look at this. I did not rename this like a silly goose. Or hide this top secret math stuff. Ooh, we're playing with fire here. Or hide this top secret math stuff, which isn't really top secret. It's just ugly to look at. Perfect. Do we need to zoom this in? I think maybe just a little bit. All right, now, the difference between this and the signal data cache that we saw before is that one, right off of the bat, you saw an increase in valuation regardless of which tier you got. For this one, we are not seeing the same thing. We're actually seeing a negative valuation, and that's not a problem, honestly, because you do get your secondary role regardless, but it is just something to keep in mind where before, if you got any role, it didn't matter, and now maybe it does matter to you. Going down to our first and our most common role, which is the 843, we see a 78% total value increase. We will talk about this in just a second. I do want to get through all of them first. The Advanced Ability Kit, which is the 45% or the second most likely outcome, which is a 1266, is going to give you 170% total value increase. The Advanced Upgrade Catch is going to give you 1689, which is a 9,605 value in crystals for 4% chance. That is a 262% value increase. And then our jackpot right here is going to be a 500% increase, right? 20 omegas, 16 zetas, 12 omicrons. Something to keep in mind, though, again, is that I have talked about this pretty openly, that I don't have a great anchor price for Omicrons, and I really don't value them as highly as 481 myself. But to be fair, I do need to look at them objectively from the store standpoint. Just for fun, though, I am going to, let's say, bring this down to 300 just for right now. And let's see what that pack looks like now, right? A 300 store value for Omicrons. That's a pretty hefty reduction I'm giving it. And just from the core bundle, we're still seeing a 50%, 57% increase. When we move this over to the jackpot, we are still seeing a 400% increase. So if you are in like the mid game, I think this is probably a really solid value for you. But you might have noticed that I said early on that this is not a buy for me in the late game because omegas are effectively useless to me. They do nothing for me. I have so many of them. I'm like Scrooge McDuck with my omegas. And I'm sure that there are a lot of players in the end game who are feeling the same way. So is this pack still worth it for you if the omegas are taken out of the equation? And once again, we're going to go back to our anchor values. We're going to bring those omicrons back up to their correct value just for right now. We're going to drop our omega values down to 0, and let's take a look. So with a 0 omega valuation, our supreme ability cash at its base, again, about a negative 63% increase. But the EV of the pack itself is still a 75% positive, and that's with the omegas being valued at 0, right? At the most common valuation, we are seeing about a 30% increase. Not super great, but it's still giving you a discount on those zetas that we all know everybody is hankering for right now. Going down to a 100% for the enhanced ability kit, and 182% for the advanced upgrade cache, and 413% for the jackpot so for the total. That is with our Omicron value at its regular and with omegas not valued at all. As a final piece of contention here, we are going to go back to my anchor values. We are going to bring those omicrons down to about 300, which I do feel is a fair valuation. Now we are not valuing the omicrons at all. We're not valuing the omegas at all. We are valuing the omicrons at what I feel is a fair valuation without them being overpopulated. We see that the cache itself is a 40% increase on the regular. At its most common, we're really only seeing a 9% increase, and that's something super important to keep in mind. A 63% increase on the enhanced ability kit, a 100 on the advanced upgrade cache, and our jackpot drops down to 326%. Now, I want to stress again that we are talking about a situation where we have ignored the omegas completely because you may be an endgame player that just doesn't need them, and we are devaluing the omicrons from their normal anchor value, which is something that I don't typically do, but this is really the only material in the game right now that has this weird point of contention where the player base does feel like they are overvalued and there really isn't something better to tie them to. So that is, I would say, not the best buy in the world if you are in the end game, if you don't need omegas at all. if you feel like you have all of the Omicrons you need because you're buying the episode pass, this is a hard pass pack for you. If you are in the mid game, still struggling with Omegas, still trying to get those core Omicrons that most of us already have, everything in this pack is useful for you. This is an incredible pack, and you get lucky with that jackpot. Boom, awesome. Would I buy this 3 times? I I don't think so. If I am in that situation, I don't know if I want to drop 7,500 crystals. Would I buy it 1 time each time it comes around? Almost definitely. Right now, before I forget, I'll do this on camera or I won't be able to hold myself accountable. I'm going to switch my anchor values back to where they should be, right? And just say that whatever you get, if you do roll on this pack, if you hit the jackpot, let me know. Tag me on Discord, comment on the YouTube. I hope that you find this helpful. I hope you're not infuriated with my inability to say the word cash, catch, cachet, coochie correctly or consistently. I honestly don't care. But peace out and have a great rest of your day.